Chairman, I'd like to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record this Inspector General report about the impact of USAID
So ordered.
Golden State. Mr. Secretary, I did not get the chance to know you while you were in the Senate, but like you did, I also have traveled a lot to Africa, have seen firsthand the gratitude of lives that we've saved. After the Ebola crisis in 2014, had a chance to visit villages in Sierra Leone, and just the joy and thanks to the United States. In 2015, you stated this, and again, foreign aid is less than 1% of our budget, but foreign aid can make a difference when properly used. And if you ever have a chance, travel to the African continent and you will meet people who are alive today because their American taxpayer-funded antiviral HIV medications that kept them alive. It will not be easy to radicalize people who are alive because the American taxpayer saved their lives and the lives of their children. Do you still stand by that statement?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why we're still going to do foreign aid.
Great. So that's incredibly important. As a young doctor in the 1990s, I took care of a lot of people that were dying of HIV and AIDS. It is a painful death. What I hear on the ground in Africa is that these medications aren't getting to folks, that some of the folks that deliver the medications aren't getting to folks and people are dying. We need to do what we did under President Bush with PEPFAR. We've saved over 25 million lives. Nearly 8 million babies are alive today because we prevented them from getting HIV/AIDS. I want to work with you to make sure we continue doing that. That is the goodness of the American people. I'm a little bit older than some of the people on this committee. I grew up looking at pictures of kids that were starving in the 80s. Part of the reason why I became a doctor, part of the reason why I'm on this committee and why I've focused so much on health, nutrition, food aid, is because of pictures like that are embedded in my mind as a kid. We came together as a country. Part of what moral clarity of the United States is we are a country of abundance. President Trump may not think this is in our national security interest, but I think it is in our faith interest. It is who we are as a spiritual nation, as a faith-based nation. We worry about that. We care about relieving starvation and so forth. We've got to do more because I talk to the faith-based groups, I talk to our implementing partners, I read the news stories. I do not want to see more pictures like this coming out, and I'm definitely afraid in the next 30 days, 60 days, 2 years, 4 years, we're going to see more death and starvation because nobody else can do what we do as the United States of America. I'd like your commitment that you will work with us to make sure we continue providing food aid, that we continue doing what we do best based on our moral clarity. Can I have your commitment on that?
Yeah, in fact, that's why we're going to have a humanitarian fund within the Department of State that's going to provide the humanitarian assistance that you've outlined. And we're still going to be by far the largest donor in the world to humanitarian assistance.
And you'll continue to work with this committee, work with us in a bipartisan way, in a bicameral way, to do what we do best. Nobody can do what the United States does.
That's my hope, to be able to continue to work with you in that way. We want to see humanitarian aid. We're going to do more of it than anybody on the planet.
Great. Let's save lives. With that, let me yield the remainder of my time to my colleague from Pennsylvania, Ms. Dean.